Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. The transfer portal is open, and Tennessee linebacker Elijah Herring is going to be leaving as he was the Vols top tackler in 2023 with 80 tackles, but thought is that he's going to be losing his starting spot, and that's the reason why he is out. Caden Proctor forgot how god-awful it is to live in Iowa, and after 3 months at the university decided that, no, we're going to come back. So he left Alabama in January, went to Iowa, and just 3 months later, he is coming back to the Alabama Crimson Tide. And the Texas Rangers are officially calling up former Vanderbilt pitcher, Jack Leiter. He's going to be making his debut coming up on Thursday. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three-Town 104.5 The Zone, Tuesday edition. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful and warm day in the Music City. It's hot out there.
I got shorts on and flip-flops.
Shorts and flip-flops.
It's flip-flop weather.
Does that mean it's summer? Like
Summer, baby.
We just kind of skip over spring sometimes.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes in good old Nashville, Middle Tennessee.
Dawn Davenport is here.
Hey!
And
That's right.
she is pissed. Tell you about that in a second. Ron Slay's over here, volume shooting. Little pieces of paper into the garbage, but
missing.
had to follow up the third shot with the dunk. Yeah. He got tired of rolling that.
Got tired of ejaculating around.
See, what had happened was...
I like that word.
I was fouled.
Ron Slay's here.
I'm in the building.
I feel like I got you on that one. I wasn't trying to.
I had a lot.
Man, that Gatorade looks good to me right
now. Have you ever craved one? I was craving one, and I was craving this particular flavor.
That means you're dehydrated.
I've been on my water. But I needed this Glacier Cherry Gatorade today.
Glacier Cherry.
Oh, my God.
Although it's white.
Yeah, it's Glacier.
That might be the worst flavor out there.
You are nuts, lady.
No, that's the best one.
No.
Yep.
Lady, trust me.
No.
Well, number one, anything cherry is the best.
No. Ooh.
Yes,
No.
absolutely. Babsy.
Anything grape.
No.
Purple,
That's
light
because you
purple.
got a purple shirt on.
Well, no, that is not why. It's just the best.
It's like eggplant.
It's definitely why.
Anything cherry is good.
Yeah,
Y'all
if you want pink one, you'll say anything strawberry is good today.
No. You're about to get hammered in the chat, I bet.
For what?
Babsy.
Her.
She should be.
For that take?
For not liking cherry. Who doesn't like cherry?
Yeah,
Will,
that's what you
got
can't
to
do.
agree with Babs here.
Will's just woke up. He ain't even got
Jeremy.
it.
Grape Frost is the best.
These are the kinds of people.
Lonzo, purple drink is the best.
Lonzo, out of all people.
purple
Yeah,
drink.
Yeah, we're going to listen to Lonzo.
Purple drink or purple drink?
See,
I think that's what he meant.
See?
Lonzo.
Y'all crazy.
So I have a question for y'all. This
Red
has nothing
everything.
to do with sports.
Red
I-
everything. A hot summer day, give me a fish plate, some wings, give me something red to drink. Don't bring me no grape Kool-Aid. Bring me some red Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
We're going to bring you some water.
I have some, and it's full. Shocker.
Um,
So we're going to talk a lot about draft today and what the Titans have and all of
9
that.
days away.
But I'm just curious, since Slay, I know you go to get pedicures often.
I just went.
I just went today for the first time in a long time. My girl was like, "Ooh, yeah, yep,
Yeah.
Hammer time.
I'm back." So I don't go very
Plus, you got
often.
that one pinky toe that just kind of out there.
It's just hitching a ride. So I don't go very often. You know, it's expensive. Like I try to kind of space them out, whatever. So when I go, it's like relaxation for me, you know, because I sit
Yeah.
in a little massage chair. Sometimes I do some prep work, but I I don't have dogs barking and toddlers yelling and, kids out in the yard hitting my fence with basketballs. Like, it's very, like, calming.
Slate throwing basketballs.
Yes.
Driving by.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's calming. So the last thing I want to hear is somebody on the phone dealing with their own drama. Do you not think it's rude?
I've heard people complain about this before.
It is so rude.
It is.
Like the lady today, it was just me and her in there. I'm like, oh, this is so peaceful.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, her friend calls and she's like, well, you need to tell her, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah, so you add the person into that scenario, you add the person that wants everyone to hear their side of the conversation.
Right. I'm like, I don't get,
That person's out
cussed.
there. You did?
I almost did.
Which word?
I don't give a shiano about your drama that your friend has going on. I'm trying to chill. Hang up the phone.
Yep.
I just kept shooting her these dirty looks, and she never got it.
But why do people, I'm going to go back on the other side of that. Why do people talk loudly when they're on the phone like they want everyone around them to hear what they're saying? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Nobody cares about your drama.
No,
Right.
but
Everybody has drama. I don't care about yours. I got mine.
But people do it. People do it all the time. Like, you'll notice it now that I said it.
No,
that,
people talk
that
on
people
speakerphone all the
in
time.
public will be talking loudly so everyone can hear their side of the conversation. I have no idea why.
People that don't have manners.
Rude. So, ladies,
Man, everybody.
men, if you're in there, don't talk on your phone.
It should be a 2-minute rule. Whoever, when your phone rings, 2
Yeah.
minutes to go on and hear what it is. If it's an emergency, deal with it. Or if it's something you need to answer, I'll call you back. You got to get off the phone.
I would almost be better if it was like a work call or something.
I'm not
and
good
I'm
with
like,
that either.
okay, I get it. Like, work never stops. I get it.
I had to sit with the work call this 2 times ago, and that was, lady, come on.
Just rude.
So
You wasn't
2
even that
minutes.
loud at first. You wasn't even that loud when you was talking to the lady about what kind of pedicure you wanted. But you loud on the phone, like, come on.
Yeah.
What is it you always say? Bit bam bap or something?
Bit, bam, boom.
Yeah. Be
In
done.
and out.
Yeah, get it on over with.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Jeremy, the people
That's what I
that
should have
talk.
said to her. Twitch, please. Hang
meant
your
that
phone
one.
up.
You meant that one.
Jeremy, the people that talk on speaker in public. Yeah.
I can't stand that either.
Man, nobody
that
is agreeing with us that Cherry is the best.
Nope. Everybody's
These
on my
people-
great
Nobody.
side.
These people are touched.
No,
This is
that's 'cause
shocking
you
to me.
guys
That's
are
not- no.
wrong.
No, they're touched by an angel.
You wrong.
Nope.
You can't handle it.
Cherry, anything tastes like cough syrup.
It does.
Will, you taste like cough syrup, probably.
That was a weird comeback.
I ain't had nothing else for him right there. That's all I had.
Well, this is why Babs is pissed.
Ugh.
From Joe Tipton, Auburn transfer guard Aiden Holloway, former McDonald's All-American and top 20 recruit, is expected to visit on Thursday, Alabama,
Traitor.
according to On3. You can't play at Auburn and then go visit Alabama, can you?
No. You absolutely cannot. And you guys know me. I take the Auburn-Georgia rivalry more seriously personally as an Auburn girl, just because my mom went to Georgia and a bunch of my high school friends, like a lot of my close friends went to Georgia. My sister-in-law's a Georgia girl, So like for me, that one runs a little deeper. But I'm sorry. You want to go to Ole Miss? Great. You want to go to Kentucky? Awesome. Arkansas? Okay, good. You cannot transfer from Auburn to Alabama. That is, you know what? I question your character as a person.
I don't blame you either, Babs.
What if a 5-star former McDonald's All-American recruit that started for Alabama then visited Auburn?
Same thing.
You wouldn't want him.
Well, no, I'd take him.
No, I don't want him.
But I'd question his character too.
No, Babs, you can't want him.
You, if you're okay with, well, I mean, if he's a 5-star, he's going to make you better. I'm okay with it. Listen, at the end of the day, it's all about winning.
Babs, you can't make exceptions.
But seriously,
Yeah, you can make selfish exceptions for sure.
I question the character, man. Like you have no loyalty. No loyalty.
Do you think that guy got blown up on social media?
No.
Aiden Holloway?
Yeah.
No.
He should.
Nope.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding. He
this is the-
shouldn't.
this
It's
is the
not
world-
okay to
this
text
is the
these
world they
or
live in,
tweet these
dog.
kids.
Well,
Right,
Toto-
but you don't think Auburn fans went nuts on him?
Nope. Because all it's going to take is 2 or 3 players. Man, go get it, Brody. You, him, go talk. Let's go, my man. What's up, twin? All that little stupid stuff. Nope, they just fine with it.
You don't like it either.
No, they just fine with it. That's the problem.
Were you pissed when Toa?
Without question.
Left Tennessee,
and I was even
went to
more
Alabama?
pissed at all his teammates at Tennessee, former teammates that was tweeting them out. Man, go get it, Brody.
Oh,
Way to
no,
go.
I wasn't
Like,
talking about
that's
that. I'm
dumb,
talking
too.
about fans. I'm not talking about his teammates and stuff. I'm talking about, I bet fans went nuts on him.
Oh, yeah, they probably, they're supposed to.
Well, I mean, I'll say this, though. Auburn fans are classy.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So
you don't have
we
any
don't-
crays in
We
your
don't
fan
do
base?
stuff like
Wow.
that.
Oh, yeah.
We're the classy.
What is she on today?
Oh, wow.
She's on that purple drink today.
Yes, she is. What? We're classy. Yeah, y'all are. Okay.
We don't do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I see it.
Skadoot says cherry, gang.
Way to go, Duck falling.
Cherry slush, not icy, is the only good cherry drink.
Oh, my gosh, boy. Slush with cherry? You gotta
That's
mix
the
it.
only
You gotta-
good one.
No, you got to mix it, though.
Red
With the blue.
Kool-Aid.
Ooh, God. Babsy. Ooh.
Red Kool-Aid is
Blue
it.
raspberry and cherry.
Cherry limeade at Sonic. Those are good.
Yeah,
every
they-
once in a
no,
while.
Those are good. You can
those
do the
phenomenal.
diet cherry limeade too. Oh,
I didn't even know they had that.
oh, it's good. And then add a little
Syrup.
vodka in it. And then it's really good.
One of those places has that. Is it Party Foul that has that?
I
It's
think
the
it is
cherry
Party
limeade
Foul.
with Tito's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
Probably.
All right, we got a lot to get to today. 615-737-1045. Before we go to break, Coach T wants to talk about the WNBA draft, which shockingly, Caitlin Clark went number 1. Coach T, what's up?
Well, first of all, Slay, you already know, baby. Dawn, is a suburb. She didn't come up in the city like us. It's always red Kool-Aid, baby. Nobody
That's right.
drink no
I'm
grape,
trying to
man.
tell them.
Always
Nobody
red,
selling
man.
grape-
Dude, it
grape
doesn't matter
freeze
where
cups.
you're from to know
Nah,
that red Kool-Aid is
red
the
freeze
best.
cups. I'm with Coach T on that. Yeah, you got to get the red freeze cups,
With
man.
that
No wrong with
red
that.
Kool-Aid, man. You got to have that ring around the lips when you finish,
You
man.
better
That's how they
believe
do it, man. Hey, Brett,
Yeah.
like you said, we're talking about the Caitlin Clark. The question I got for you guys today, I don't know if you're going to ask it or not. I know the guys talked a little bit earlier, and the women's basketball is changing in the scope of things. The funny part about the draft to me was you get Angel Reese, who has this big fight with Cardoso and everybody. Now they're going to be teammates. So that's going to be interesting, and I'm loving it because they come to Chicago. But the question is, someone asked about, can Nashville have a WNBA franchise? And I say most definitely, because if you have not went down to Bridgestone during the women's SEC game and the women's SEC tournament and seen that, then you're missing the sight. And right now, women's basketball is on the move. And that's the one thing I want to ask you guys. And the other one I want to ask you is, who do you think is going to turn out to be the better pro out of everyone that came out last night's class?
All right.
That's a good question.
We are definitely, it's on the docket for us today to address the WNBA thing because the WNBA commissioner, for those that didn't see it, thank you, Coach T. Kathy Engelbert said that there are at least 6 cities being discussed as potential WNBA team additions, and they're looking to add 3 teams out of these 6 cities, I guess: Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, South Florida, and Nashville. So that was mentioned, and we will talk about that today. Also, a lot of people talking about the salary numbers that they immediately put out there for Caitlin Clark. What's she going to make in her rookie year? $76,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do they get more money involved in that league? 615-737-1045. Always the number. When we come back, we're going to talk about the draft. 9 days away. Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com will join us next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
You in the market for a new car, truck, SUV, anything? Well, you need to check out Two Rivers Ford. If you haven't checked out Two Rivers Ford lately, they have something for everyone. Top to bottom, affordable, luxury, you name it, they have it. Just got myself a new F-150, and I love it. And now I can really say, when it comes to purchasing a vehicle, that Two Rivers Ford has Teams of experts for every type of vehicle. I had no idea how to work some of the things on my truck. My car was so old, it didn't have any technology on it. And I tell you what, they got me up to speed quickly. They've got electric vehicle and hybrid experts. They've got Bronco experts. They've got work truck experts. So if you have a fleet division, a commercial fleet division, they can take care of you there. You are always going to be in excellent hands with the Two Rivers sales team. And if you didn't know, they don't work on commission. They just do it because they like it and they have fun, and it's a family atmosphere. They're there to service you, answer your questions, bring a vehicle to your home or your office to test drive, whatever you need. They want to make your experience the best. There is a reason Two Rivers Ford has been around for over 4 decades. It's Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, gifting responsibilities all year long. I've got some big ones coming up. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Check them out online, BrentwoodJewelry.com. Shop local with Brentwood Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jewelry store for more than 50 years. Spring, the perfect time for the perfect proposal. Brentwood Jewelry is here to help you pop the question. Let them help you take stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings, or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Team at Brentwood Jewelry knows that quality and cost are always a consideration, whether you're shopping for an engagement ring, a pearl necklace, luxury watch. You'll be happy to know that the Brentwood Jewelry prices every day, the everyday price, is the best price. And the quality of both their products and customer service are always top-notch. So choose Brentwood Jewelry for all of your celebrations, engagements, graduations, and anniversaries. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you on a Tuesday afternoon in the Music City. The producer of 3HL is Joe Hunk.
Sup?
So,
What are you into now, book-wise, on the drive home to Huntsville every day? And the ride up here every day from Huntsville?
I actually got two right now. Chumps to Champs, which is the story of how the 90s Yankees became a dynasty, which the simple answer is, if you don't want to read the book, George Steinbrenner got suspended. And I'm also reading the bio on Becky Lynch, the WWE superstar. Her story is absolutely amazing. Girl from Ireland that just decided to come on over. And
What do they call her, the man or something?
Yep, she's the man.
Yeah. 615-737-1045, always a number. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Always tell your friends about us. We appreciate that. The F&M Bank Chat is open. We need to grow that 3HL family, and you guys can help us do that. Jim Wyatt jumps in the mix now. Jimmy, what's up? How are you?
Not too much. Hope everybody's doing well there.
TennesseeTitans.com is where you can consume his Titans information. And let's start with this, Jimmy. Titans trade a 7th-round pick for reserve offensive tackle from Cleveland, Leroy Watson. Seems like that has OLJ written all over it. Bill Callahan, offensive line Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly has something to do with it. And I think also you're looking at what you have and maybe what this draft looks like. And you figure that Leroy Watson is better than what you're going to be able to find in the 7th round of the draft at tackle. So he'll come in and compete. You know, he hasn't played a whole lot in his time in the league, but as you mentioned, I mean, he's been with Bill Callahan. They're not making that move if Bill Callahan doesn't sign off on it. Rank Carthon also spent time with him in San Francisco, was part of that group that acquired him. So that's two people who can speak on his behalf. And so into the mix. I think there's a lot of, when you look at what this team has now, the one clear spot that they still need help is left tackle, but I think they've got a lot of guys who can compete at other spots, and he'll add depth there, and be interested to see how he looks.
In his limited reps, he did have reps last year, in-game reps at left tackle and right tackle, so it seems like they do like guys that are movable pieces up front.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about versatility, and you can only stretch. I mean, you want guys to be able to do a lot of things, but you also want guys to be able to lock in. So everybody's in a different boat. I think there's some value in playing left tackle, right tackle. You look at a guy like Dylan Radins, who's played tackle on left side, right side. He's played guard. It seems like they're wanting to lock him in at guard now, and there'll be other guys who they'll want to identify their best spot and try to get them work there. But another piece guy who will compete, and we'll see what he's got.
Jimmy, you're doing a lot of homework, man. You've been doing it over the years as well when getting closer to the draft, and you're sometime able to kind of get a sense of which way the Titans may go. What in your idea, what is something – I saw your mock draft was out. What is something that you would hone in on when you're talking about the Titans and this big-time pick they got?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody's honing in on Joe Alt. I mean, when I do these mocks, and that he is a very popular pick, and I get it. He's the best, regarded as the best offensive lineman in this draft, regarded as a top flight player. This is a team again that needs an offensive tackle. But there's no certainty that he's going to even be there at 7. I mean, nobody really knows what's going to happen 1 through 6. There's a lot of buzz now that quarterbacks are going 1 through 4. I don't know if it'll play out that way. But what's going to be interesting is if he is picked at 5 by the Chargers, or if some other guys fall, and I'm talking about Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors. Right. Then your decision is which of those guys has the best value and which guy can help you long term. Because I don't think you draft just to fill your need right now. Like again, this team needs a left tackle, but there's still some other tackles out there in free agency that you could get. You pick who you think is the best player, the most dynamic player, and if somebody falls to you that you think is a can't miss guy who's going to change the look of things on either side of the ball, then I think you've got to consider that rather than just picking a guy because he makes you feel better for 2024.
Well, to that point, a little bit later in the show, we're going to kind of go through roster spots and I guess the lack of depth at a lot of different places on this roster, not just offensive line. What would you say is second most needed, and not necessarily talking first round pick, but maybe later round picks where you can kind of build some depth? Where would you pinpoint that's really needed on this roster?
Yeah, I think it's tackle. I think it's defensive line. I think it's inside backer. I think it's safety. I think you need more help at edge. And then again, I think receiver, because, obviously this team signed Calvin Ridley, who's going to be a game changer for him. DeAndre Hopkins still playing at a high level. Hopkins' contract is up. That doesn't necessarily mean this is his last year here, but you have to think about things past this year when you're drafting. So I think receiver is still a need for this team. So that's the groups I think. I mean, and that's a lot of groups. This team's still a work in progress and has needs across the board. But O-line, D-line, inside backer, safety, receiver, edge are the areas I kind of identify.
Yeah, we're going to go through the Titans roster at 420 and just kind of try to identify like what the options are at that point. The man sighing very loudly just as you were talking about positions and wide receivers just put his Traylon Burks jersey on for the first time today.
Yep.
Today, but for like the 8th time this week already.
Yep. You named a couple that they got in the stable. You left one out, and that was as a representative of my guy. I'm gonna need you to say his name for me, Jimmy.
I like Traylon Burks,
Thank
and he's and I haven't certainly given up on him, but he has to be able to stay healthy and stay in the fight, and he's had some bad luck. Last year I thought he was poised to have a great season, and then he hurt his knee in Minneapolis. The practices against the Vikings. It took him a while to come back from that. Then he had the concussion he dealt with. So, I mean, he still has a lot of potential. Now, I've seen him in the building. He looks good.
Yes.
He looked great last year, though. I mean, he looked good, last year heading the season. So he's just got to stay in the fight and compete. And he's certainly talented, and he'll benefit from having good players around him and guys he can learn from around him.
That's right. Thank you, Jimmy.
No, he did. No, I want to go back to last season because, he came into the season. Remember, obviously he had the problems his rookie year with the asthma thing and all that. And then he came back that next offseason and worked and worked and worked. He stayed
that same
here.
offseason.
And worked and worked and worked. And then he gets hurt in the preseason game. We were talking about this the other day. I just wonder if it gets in your head at some point too. You know what I mean? When you're out there running routes in week 2 and I don't know.
It gets in your head when you're not right. I mean, it was clear when he came back.
For sure,
he went down in Minnesota, and then when he did come back, he came back sooner than people thought he would. But then he had all kinds of wraps on his knee, and they stayed on it for a while. And I don't think he really ever mentally got right in coming back from that. And then, maybe once he finally got healthy there, then then Pittsburgh happens on November the 2nd, and that knocked him out of the mix for a month, and he just really hasn't ever been able to get in a flow. And the thing is, when you miss time, then all that work you did in the offseason to get ready from a conditioning standpoint and getting your body fine-tuned and ready to go, you'll lose all of that because you're just not able to keep yourself in the shape and the condition that you're in, and your technique suffers. So he just needs to, Burke specifically just needs to be able to stay on the field and just, stack week after week after week and find some consistency. And unfortunately, he just hasn't been able to do that.
It's interesting what you brought up at 7. I was thinking with regard to D-Hop, maybe you get him one more year, and so you've got Calvin Ridley. you add a high-profile wide receiver at 7, then you can kind of stair-step those contracts a little bit and maybe absorb the loss of D-Hop next year. And I mean, obviously they're going to draft wide receiver maybe 2 at some point in this draft, right?
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, and with Hopkins, yeah, I know his contract is up, and I guess, thinking is that, I think most people conclude that this is probably the last year for him. Yeah, I do think he likes it here, and I think if he has another good year and wants to keep playing, I think they'll make an effort to keep him.
Yeah,
I talked to him at the owners' meetings. He's a guy that's very enthusiastic about what's been built here and the people around him. He loves Rand Carthon. He's good friends with Calvin Ridley. He's high on Will Levis. I mean, I think he feels like that the way things are going are something he wants to be a part of. So I mean, and again, life after football. I know when Rand talked to DeAndre when he came here, he talked to him not just about his playing career, but just about his business interest when his career's over with, and Nashville is a perfect place for him to do that, to be in the entertainment business. And he's talked about wanting to run music festivals. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're talking about the perfect place. I really think DeAndre Hopkins loves Nashville and everything about it. So I could, if as long as he's playing at a high level, I could see him being back in 2025 again, even though his contract's up after this year.
Interesting. So you mentioned earlier, so the other safety, there are a bunch of safeties out there. Like they could go grab a free agent safety right now if they wanted to. But do you think that they address that that way at some point, and maybe inside linebacker? Just been talking to people around the league, and those 2 positions seem to be the ones that are going the expendable route. Like running back has been talked about so long, and that safety and inside linebacker are the next 2. Could they just go out and get those positions fixed in the market?
I mean, they could. I mean, I there's a possibility they draft them, but if there's another player that you value more when it comes your time to pick, then again, you're not picking just to fill spots. You're picking to try to build for years and years to come. And once the draft's over with, negotiating power for the free agents that are out there right now goes down significantly. You're able to get these guys on cheaper deals, get them on 1-year deals. So, you could wait it out, but they're doing their homework on inside backers, or doing their homework on safeties, and, not outside the realm possibility. Those guys are picked as well.
Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com with us. 9 days away. So it's interesting. How has the way the draft unfolds changed for you in your career from when you were at the Tennessee and compared to now working with the team?
Well, I go now. Like when I was with the Tennessee, and I never went, and now I do go to the first round at least. Really for the draft build up on Wednesday. The prospects are available. NFL Network talent's available. There's a lot of draft lead up stuff that's kind of cool to cover, and working for the team, it's something that unfortunate that we do cover. There'll be red carpet on day of the draft, and if the pick is there, then we'll have an opportunity to talk to him right when he comes off the stage. Sometimes that's worked out. It worked out when Jack Conklin was a pick, and it worked out when Corey Davis was the pick. And I talked to Dory Jackson after one of those drafts, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Last year I was in Kansas City, and Peter Skoronski was the pick, and he was not in Kansas City. He was at a pizza parlor in Chicago. So right. Sometimes it's a home run and your guy's there. Other times he's not. But I'll be there for the day one, and then I'll be on a flight, back here that leaves Detroit at let me look at my itinerary. I'm already dreading this flight at 6:50 a.m. and then back in at 7:25 a.m. On Friday, April the 26th. So may not be sleeping much on Thursday night.
I love it. It's going to be fun. And, man, I mean, if two of those receivers are there at 7, that's going to be one of the most anticipated draft picks outside of the quarterback year that we've seen. from a fan base perspective.
Yeah, because it gives you time to consider what you want to do and who you want to take, but it also that pick becomes pretty valuable. If somebody
Yep.
wants to move up, and
Yep.
it's just a matter of how far you can move back and still get a player that you covet.
Love it. Thank you, Jimmy. Good stuff. Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, y'all have a good one. Appreciate it.
All right, at Jay Wyatt Sports for him on X. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. You just have that jersey just laying here somewhere now, or do you?
No, he carries it in his backpack.
It's a button I press and it pops on.
You carry it around your backpack?
You Iron Man?
Yeah, exactly, huh?
Zach
Burks.
says Slay Burks is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, transfer portal news. We got that for you
Lord,
next. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. You can watch the show, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
F&M Bank Chat is open.
Wide open.
All right. Are you looking for internet that can take care of all of your needs that, you don't have to pay for something that you don't need? Well, you need to check out Xfinity Internet. You know what you want. You only want to buy what you need to keep you connected. Well, Xfinity Internet comes with a variety of speeds for you to choose from, so you can get the speed you need at a great price. Now, you can get up to 5 times faster upload speeds for smoother connections on the largest gig speed network, Xfinity Network. Xfinity delivers gig speeds to more homes than anyone, so get ready to do even more on your devices with gig speeds. That's how we roll at our house with our Xfinity Internet, because we got a whole lot relying on it, including a work from home scenario. Gig speed internet available to almost 100% of the footprint around here. 99% you can enjoy all your favorite apps all in one place with a Flex 4K streaming box too. Stay connected on the go with over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. All you have to do to get in on Xfinity Internet is go to xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or just stop by and visit a store today.
So many people trust Two Rivers Ford. Football players, working moms, business owners. Why? Because Two Rivers Ford has been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay.
Yeah, man.
So, transfer portal spring session began officially today. Official.
Officially official.
People been jumping in the portal for, anytime they want.
People never stop jumping in the portal.
But officially, it's today until April 30th is when they can make moves. So Texas A&M safety Jacoby Matthews jumped in. He's the 19th scholarship player to enter the portal for the Aggies since November. It's where we are today. Like, never be surprised, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee linebacker Elijah Herring, who led the Vols in tackles last season, entering the transfer portal. And
yeah, where are people on this? Are people upset?
We'll get to that part. I want to get to this part first because Slay loves these little announcement notes that they put out there on social media.
Oh,
So he wrote, I'd like to thank Coach Heupel and the University of Tennessee for the opportunity to play in my home state. I appreciate all the support from the entire staff, my teammates, and fans. I've decided to enter the transfer portal and pursue other college opportunities. Love the Vols! !
Slay, if he loved the Vols that much, would he be leaving the Vols?
I need to know why, because there's always a why to it. Everything you just said, you just painted a picture that I think everybody in America would want to go there. Like, why are you leaving then? Is it playing time? Is it more opportunities? NIL? I think you should have to. In order to get into the transfer portal, this is a rule I would put in. You must put in the blank space, I am leaving blank. Because blank.
Yeah.
You have to fill that out.
Yeah.
That ought to be public record.
Love the Vols. I get it, Elijah. That's awesome. You go get your other opportunities, whatever. But end it with love the Vols. If you love the Vols, you wouldn't be leaving. Right?
It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. I just need to know why. Is it NIL? Is it playing time? If it is, and if it's maybe it's depth. And I did a podcast with one of my young fellas, man, and it's always fun doing these because you just get to relive your journey. You know what I'm saying? And the way you came up. Like when I got to Tennessee, it was 3 people ahead of me. C.J. Black, Charles Hathaway, Isaiah Victor. Me and Marcus Hayslip came in at the same time in our class of 99. Not for 1 second, with those 3, 2 of them being all SEC performers, and the third being a McDonald's All-American 2 years prior to that. Not once did I think, dang, look at all these guys right here, man. What am I going to do? No. What needs to happen is, Coach, y'all got a lot to figure out. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all got to figure something out because I'm gonna be a menace over here. And when y'all put me in, I'm gonna leave such an impact. When I come off the court, somebody gonna be scratching their head like, what's going on?
Why is he not out there?
Yeah, and the same thing for Marcus Hayes. It never came to the point. The only thing Slip said, we called him Slip. Only thing Slip said after our sophomore years, I'm gone next year. I was like, Slip, what you mean? You gone well? I'm going to the league. This was before. This was like, everybody looking at this like, dude, you crazy. Like, and the man was a lottery pick next year.
Yeah, he was.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, but you push yourself. What, man? Where you going? Where y'all going? Where are y'all going? And why everybody so accepting? That's the other part. Yeah.
Well, you do understand that you were kind of different in that, like, you were one of the most competitive people to ever come through that place.
Yeah.
And you had extreme confidence in self. And you completely understood all of the things that you just said, which made it impossible for them to not play you, despite all those dudes with all that experience that were up there.
Still. Like, I was okay in my 6-man role. Both of us. Like, what do you like?
You loved it.
What do you? Oh man!
I remember when you put that headband on and you would run to the score table. You couldn't wait to get there.
It's amazing. Yeah, I couldn't. I wish it was a little transfer. I wish it was a little transfer portal to get to the score table fast. Like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I do not get it. Then you start getting. My thing is, you start to get that reputation to follow you. That's the only thing that is leery to me because professional teams, man, regardless of NFL, minor league, whatever, they look at that. Like, why wouldn't you able to stay at one place? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but hey, man,
So who would
that's the world we live in.
back to when you were the sixth man? Who would it be? The head coach? Would it be Jerry Green that would look down there and give you what would they say Slay, or would he just give you a look?
If he looked down there and was looking at somebody else, it didn't matter. I was gone. You shouldn't have never.
Don't even turn your head down here.
You shouldn't even look down here. There's no reason. And I used to make sure I used to sit right next to the last assistant coach. I'm the first one. So you look, I'm gone. Like maybe it was a guard that got picked up.
time.
No, I don't care who it is. It was a guard that picked up a foul. So I'm going to get him. Somebody shouldn't look down here.
Harris Walker.
Like I don't care who it is. Man, no, dog. No, man.
John
Hey,
Higgins, sit down.
yeah, somebody got to go. I didn't choose to stay right here on the bench.
Nick on YouTube said Elijah only got as many reps as he did because the starters were hurt. He knows with another year of recruiting and some of the guys coming back from injury, he will not be a starter. That there might be some truth to that.
No, I think so.
Now they're going to rotate, but they do. I mean, Keenan Pilley's back, Arian Carter's back, Edwin Spillman. We talked about yesterday that people are like, you are not going to be able to keep that guy off the field.
Pushing for time.
Yeah,
It's another young man too. I forget. I'm gonna find out his name. That said it made some great strides in the spring.
can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
You still mad about your Auburn point guard's going to visit Alabama Thursday?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of character is that? Question
That's what I'm talking about.
You're
Baby.
clearly not loyal.
That's what I'm talking about. Baby.
Clearly not a loyal person, and maybe your values, kind of questioning your values, maybe your morals, being okay with going to wear that different shade. It's hard for me to stomach. I don't get it. I don't get it.
While we're talking about defensive playmakers for Tennessee, what is James Pierce Jr. going to do in terms of terrorizing people?
Man,
I mean, that bowl game,
gonna be a top 5 pick.
that dude was all over the field.
T-Lander. That's the other one that
You
made
like him?
strides. Yeah, no, not me. I don't even know him. But people have been watching practices. Yeah, I hope I like him. People have been watching practices said he made some big strides, man. Thanks, Savage.
Number 22, Jeremiah T-Lander, sophomore.
Yep. So I understand that, man. Like a lot of people. Listen, a lot of people don't want to have to look over their shoulder. You know what I mean? I totally get it. Not me personally, but I understand different mindset of guys that want to be in that role. This is my role. This is mine to lose, and you roll with it. Maybe they play better that way. So that's cool if that works for them. Just never works for me. Nobody around me.
Vanderbilt offensive lineman Leighton Nelson played 11 games in 2023. He is in the portal as well. Bless you, Babsy.
Thank you.
615-737-1045. A little note about the Masters I saw. Masters final round down 20%.
Really?
From last year.
You think it's because it was blown open early?
Yeah, maybe that. Third least watched in 30 years. The other two were 2020 and 2021, the COVID years. So, golf's got to do something. Maybe if Meredith would have had that baby, he would have tuned in to see if dude
Yeah,
leaves.
because then there was no telling who was winning.
Yeah, he's got a 4-stroke lead. He goes running off the course.
I'm out of here.
Team USA roster. This thing is loaded. We'll tell you about it next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
There's something I won't fight with Buck about. We can probably both agree. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. That is who you need to call if you need replacement windows or replacement doors. You can also just stop by their showroom, by the way. It is in Franklin, 277 Mallory Station Road in Franklin. You'll see it right there. Easy parking. You can walk in. They have this amazing setup there where you can pull out different windows and check them, see if you like them, see what they look like, push those back in, maybe go view some doors. You pull those out and look at it. It is really cool. if you're in the market for windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. You might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella as well. And to make it even more affordable, my friends at Pella are giving you 50% off qualifying installations. And this is an and in between there. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Call them 615-249-1910. Easiest way, though, is just schedule your free consultation. Check out that offer online at PellaNashville.com.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Honk. The transfer portal is open, and Elijah Herring, the linebacker for Tennessee, is hopping in. He led the Vols last year in tackles with 80. Many believe, though, that he is not going to be the starter this year, and that's the reason for hopping in the portal. We have college baseball tonight. Tennessee gets going at 5 p.m. You can watch on the SEC Network Plus, and Vanderbilt makes the long 4-mile trek down to Lipscomb as they will be playing at 6 tonight, as that game can be seen on ESPN Plus. And speaking of Vandy alum Jack Leiter is officially a major leaguer. He will play on Thursday for the Texas Rangers in his debut. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
H L 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in the Music City. What up? Hope you're having a great day. Babsy's here.
Yes.
What up, Babs?
What up, party people?
Party people, huh?
Yeah. You know.
You look like you're in a good mood today. Like you've got your summer gear on. You love the warm weather.
I love it. And it's so cold in this studio that I'm freezing in here.
So cold, Babs.
I got to start bringing my sweatshirts again.
Yeah, I got a jersey you can wear. All you got to do is say the word.
It's got some honey mustard on it.
Leave that to you.
No, I always... You just gave her a look like she normally gives you a look.
Because she's crazy.
I always joke that Babs is like a vampire because she doesn't have blood running through her veins.
No, she doesn't.
Could take that several different ways.
That's why you're always cold. Slay Dog's here.
I'm in the building.
Jeremy has a question on YouTube. Slay, who do you have tonight in the playing games?
Man, now that's a good one, dog. I'm going with, as far as the parlay, I'm going with prop bets on this one. And that's what I'm going to load up at. And as far as who I got.
Oh.
I literally have never heard you do that.
No,
I've
me
never
either.
done it. I know, me either, y'all. It was just new. It just came to me. I'm going to go. The fandom in me makes me go with LeBron. And
yeah, Lakers at Pelicans and Warriors at Kings.
I've been saying since last year, the Kings have the Warriors number, man, and they got to go play at Sacramento. That is a tough place to play. I'm not sure, even though the Warriors are favorite, they pull it out. I'm not sure. Lakers got to go to the Pelicans too, which is a hard place to play. But man, I'm gonna go Lakers. I don't want to pick against Steph, man. Sheesh. I'm gonna do props on the Warriors and Kings, man. I ain't picking one of them.
Tomorrow it's Heat at 76ers and Hawks at Bulls.
Because my heart want to pick the Kings. Heat at 76. Heat. I'm going to Heat. Oh, that Heat and 76 is in the play-in game?
Tomorrow.
But is that for the 7th and 8th spot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll be all right. Both of them making the playoffs. So whoever loses is going to beat the team that's playing for 9 or 10.
Hawks and Bulls in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. But see, both of them going to be at home.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't even matter. Both of those two teams, the first, Philly and the Heat, will both be in the playoffs, regardless who wins their first game.
So the Hawks and Bulls shouldn't even play.
Nah, they might as well give it to them. They ain't got a chance.
Go ahead and hit the beach.
Yeah, man. Go have a good time. Start this thing early.
Why do they even have playing games?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, later.
Here we go. The anti-NBA deal.
We already been through this. We've been through this every day. Every day this week we've been through it. It's Tuesday. So,
Every day this week.
every single day, Babsy. No.
Can you get her to watch NBA playoff action?
I think after the play-in, I can get her.
Probably, yes.
Weekend, we go over there, get hard to throw something on the grill. Probably have to put up one of those little seatbelts. You know, one of the things they give the kids?
Where you lock them in?
Yeah, put one of those on her.
So she can't get away.
Yep.
Because she's going to think of 90 things that she needs to be doing inside.
I'm going to the house. She'll watch like the first 5 minutes. I'm going to leave y'all to it. I'm going to go in the house. No, Babsy, you staying right here.
That has happened before.
No, that's happened every time.
Every time. I was just going to say that always happens.
She just reaches a point on the drink meter.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm good.
Yeah.
See y'all.
See y'all. Y'all be safe. Like, lady, you're upstairs. Come on at us.
Team USA finalizing its 2024 Paris Olympics roster. Team USA's managing director is Grant Hill. Babsy approves.
Mm-hmm.
Team USA coach is Steve Kerr.
What do you think?
That ain't bad. I like that.
Okay.
That ain't bad, especially with this group, a veteran group.
So apparently Grant Hill is going to keep one roster spot for later
That's smart.
when he can add somebody he wants.
That's smart.
So the names that have trickled out, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, the only player to win 3 gold medals, basketball player to win 3 gold medals, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards. Man, let Ant-Man come down the lane on Garner or something. I mean,
You ain't got to worry about it. He will.
Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, Tyrese Halliburton.
It's a mob, man.
This
geez.
is a pretty.
That's a mob. That is a mob. You got wings. You got guards. I would put one. Halliburton, he can lock up on both ends, too. Drew Holiday can do the same. See, that's the thing. See, people get caught up in the names and putting the names out there. You got to get pieces that fit. Yeah, but they got to fit.
Yeah.
That was our problem back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking you can go out there with the best talent. But you got to have guys that are willing to accept
So do they
roles.
fit?
Yeah, because
do all these guys accept roles?
Yeah, because you got winners on there already. So it's not nobody. You got vets on there that are not trying to get no shine. They are who they are. LeBron, KD, and Steph. You got an uppercomer in
They just want to win,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna win. Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't no question. Anthony Davis is set. Bam is set. Joel Embiid. I think this might be Joel's first experience with it. So,
But, I mean, Halliburton, you start looking at this, like Halliburton and Booker
yeah,
and Steph
yeah.
and LeBron
If it was
and then Embiid. I mean,
problem,
roll with that.
problem, left and right. And Embiid playing defense now, protecting the rim. You know what Anthony Davis is going to do? Bam Adebayo is a Swiss Army knife.
I mean, these guys coming off the bench even.
They're going to
How
lock up.
fun would it be to
I love
coach
this.
a U.S. team? I mean, from start to finish of Olympics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, since it's been back rolling, since Coach K got it back rolling, I
Yeah.
think a lot of fun. Because people understand now. They finally got their coach and core back. With Kobe coming in and helping set the standard as well. Like, that core value is back, and you understand what you're playing for. It's bigger than the country. I thought that was not bigger than, it's bigger than just who you are in the
Right.
NBA game and your talent. It's about the country.
Yeah.
And people figuring that out because that's what everybody else playing for. And you don't understand that until you get in it and you're like, dang, what? Everybody going hard. Like, wait a minute. Like, you see these guys
It's
playing in the
important.
NBA. Yeah. Like,
It's not an all-star thing.
no.
Yeah.
You like, man.
You got to get rid of that.
I remember we
mindset.
played Brazil, and I was watching Barbosa and Thiago Splitter. They just continued to run pick and roll, and I'm like, dog, y'all got, like, you two can just control the game, but they getting other guys involved. I was like, dude, they were playing a real live team style, and we were put together in 3 weeks, and I think we ended up coming in fourth in the FIBA games, but
Yeah.
it was no, it's different.
Well, I like Babs' question, and it made me go down this path from the coaching element, right? Like, because some of these guys are better at this kind of system. Some of these guys are better, like pick and roll guys.
Yep.
So, do you almost do everything, and just depending on who's in the game at that time is what you call that? That's kind of tough from a coaching perspective, I think.
Yeah, but at a lot of times too, you need to be ready for situational coaching, out of bounds plays drawn up, a zone thrown at you. But you kind of let them figure it out. That's why you got the veteran leadership, and you got to have guys that can shoot. Not only at the NBA three, because when you shoot a little closer, that 3-point line is a little bit different, and psychologically it can mess with you if you've never been in that that atmosphere before.
So, on some level, as a coach, there's going to be a lot of times where he just trusts the players to
y'all
figure
go
it out.
Yep. Find a mismatch, get to it. If they playing zone, they playing good team defense. You got to run our set. And most of all, the most important thing is get back and defend. Get back. I don't care what you do offense. Get back. You got to get back.
Because there's going to be pros on most of these
Absolutely.
country's teams.
Absolutely. That have practiced together during the year.
Yeah.
Outside of the guys that have been added with the NBA. They practicing, trust me.
So do you think it's a foregone conclusion dominance, or will it be challenging from country to country?
I think it'll always be challenging, but I think if you look at it and say what is dominance to today compared to where the game has risen over the entire landscape of
Not dream team dominance.
Yeah, it'll never be like that again, ever. You know,
I mean,
that's
there'll be
done.
people by like 90
Yeah, you got guys going to the league now. So
Why will it never be like that again?
because you have professionals that are taking it much more seriously in their leagues, and also guys are learning tricks of the trade that are going up. So guys that are playing on I know for sure in Italy, Portugal's team, Spain, I've played against those guys. They learn tricks of the trade. They defend you every day. So you're coming over there, you're playing an American-style game. They're taking pieces of that, incorporating it into their game, and it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
So basically, basketball is bigger.
It's caught up.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
That's the way to put
Yep,
it.
it's
Caught
caught
up.
up. Mhm.
Okay.
And it's caught up because of the Dream Team
Right.
seeing it and them really believing that, hey, we can play on that level.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
When we come back, let's take a look at the Titans roster. All right, Babs brought this up in our text strand this morning, and we started to look at the depth problems at certain positions.
You forget because we talk about Calvin Ridley and you know the free agent
Finding the
signings and what they've
starters
done in the secondary and
Names.
you remember Al Shire's gone and Danico's gone, you know, and then I'm like, wait, how many defensive linemen do they have on the roster?
Yep. We'll talk about it next and get your take. 615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045 on Twitter. Thinning hair is something that you can take care of. HPIHairPartners.com is the website. You simply schedule your initial consultation. It's 45 minutes. You'll learn a lot. It's really fascinating. I went with Dawn's husband, Travis, and we learned a lot. And they found some follicles that they could love on for him.
Yes, because their entire thing is HPI Hair will get to the root cause of your hair loss. So for me, his root cause is different than mine. Mine was having a baby, hormones, and then COVID. And maybe you don't realize that diet, environment, stress, postpartum hormones, depression, sickness, any of that can cause hair loss. And you can see improvement in as little as 2 treatments there. Now, my treatment, totally different than what Mr. Babs is doing. But I have had 2 treatments, scalp treatments and natural treatments. And already my hair is shedding less than it was before. So there you go. And as little as 2 treatments, you can see a little bit of a difference. HBI Hair Partners knows what they're doing. Most advanced treatment options in the Southeast, they have it all. Give them a call, 615-662-8722. Mayor mentioned 45-minute consultation. They are in Maryland Farms, easy to park. Nobody will see you go in. Check them out online, HPIHairPartners.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Joe Hunk, producer.
Sup?
Sup, Joe?
Evan and Bank Chat is open. Reese in there looking for betting advice.
Oh, boy.
He's going to take the Warriors -2.5 because he said the Kings haven't been in the playoffs since Divac.
Yeah, Reese is talking. He's just talking.
With a Miller Genuine Draft in his hand and a cat on his head.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they roll up there.
One of the best young guards in the league, De'Aaron Fox. And one of the best bigs in Sabonis. Unless they're playing without Sabonis today. I'd check on that.
There you go. 615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. Going to take a look at the holes in the Titans depth chart here in just a second. Let's go to Mr. UPS next up on 3HL.
Okay.
What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Hey, man, I've been wanting to call in and talk to y'all about a little UT basketball.
All right.
You had Ernie and Bernie, Tony White, Allen Houston, but everybody's forgetting about my favorite player, and Slay probably knows him, Dyron Nix.
Mm-hmm. Dyron Nix put Tennessee in the NCAA tournament, lost to West Virginia in the first round.
I just don't understand when people don't really bring him up. I mean, SEC Player of the Year is junior year, and then, of course, Chris Jackson come along and killed that,
He took everything.
So, yes, sir, he did. But anyhow, man, if y'all can just say a little bit about him.
I wonder what Dyron Nix is up to.
He passed away.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. See, I always do this.
He was a dog though, big body. A lot of people talk about him within the
family.
Yeah, I guess you kind of got to know.
But so that year he's talking about, Tennessee hadn't been to the tournament in a while, and Don DeVoe was the head coach. So that was a big deal that they went to the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost by 20.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Dyron Nix was an awesome player. Thanks for bringing him up, man.
He was a dog.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Yep, no doubt, bro.
I always do that. I wonder whatever happened to such and such.
That's all right. Just don't say a name.
I mean, Dawn, since you've been doing this show with me, how many times have I done that? 700?
At least. At least. And most of them, I don't know that they've passed away either. So it's not like I can help you out.
I can help you in this situation.
Oh, yeah, he died in 2013. Where was I?
It's been a while.
Man, he had that curl going back then, too.
Mm-hmm. Big body.
615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. Chris in Clarksville next up on 3HL. Chris, what's up?
What's up, guys? How we doing today?
Yo, what's
Good.
happening?
Not much. I just want to get into a couple of day two prospects I'd love to see the Titans look after or look into. Now, of course, this is all contingent on what they do with their first pick at 7, and hopefully they take Joe Walt. Hopefully he's there. So, I just really want them to get him. But moving on to day two, I think they could. I would love to see them trade out of that 38 pick and potentially get potentially get a third round pick. And you never know, a quarterback could fall to them at 38, and a team like the Giants or the Rams could potentially move up for a guy like Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr.
Penix Jr. was the guy I was thinking of, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to bring that up today. Not the potential of trading 7 because we've all talked about that, but what about trading 38? Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I feel like you can get that third round, that extra premium draft capital or more premium draft capital, because the third round pick is pretty good value that they're missing out on right now. And I'd love to see them go after, if they're to trade down from 38 and get an extra third round pick. 2 guys I'd love to see them go after.
Okay.
1, Junior Colson from Michigan. I feel like he is the perfect pair to go with Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray's more of a thumper linebacker. Junior Colson could be a guy that could potentially be a green dot guy by his second year, if not some point in his rookie season. So I would love to see him in coverage, and I feel like he's a do-it-all guy, and he's a natural guy as well. But even without that, I would love to see him. I would love to see him in the Titans. Sorry, running out of breath. But I'd love to see the Titans go after him. But the third guy, the guy I like to see them go in the third round. Malik Washington from Virginia.
It's funny that you bring him up. I literally was talking about So I asked Rhett Bryan today. I said, remember he loved Tyjae Spears last year during the draft process, and then the Titans end up drafting him, and he has a great year, and they move on from Derrick Henry and all these things. So I asked him, who is his Spears this year? And you know who he said? Malik Washington from Virginia.
And for good reason as well. I mean, he's on the smaller side, 5'8.5", but PFF came out with their grades of like certain categories for receivers this year. He led 3 different categories at the highest graded. He was the highest graded receiver on targets on short routes ran. He was tied with Marvin Harrison Jr. on 3rd and 4th round target grades, and he also graded highest in zone coverage. There's a guy that got 110 receptions, over 1,400 yards, and on short targets as well. That tells me he's a yak guy, and he gets in the end zone at touchdown and scores touchdowns. I would love to see him be a guy in the slot that they could target.
Hey, great phone call, man.
Yeah, good stuff.
Appreciate you, Chris. That was good. Good job there. Yeah, you run out of breath when you get nervous. That's one thing. Malik, that is so funny that he brought up Malik Washington.
Or when you're not used to talking that much.
You think he was just sitting there all day, hadn't said anything?
Yeah.
So I go, who is your Spears this year to Rhett Bryan? He goes, Malik Washington, wide receiver, Virginia. And he said he's shorter than his comp, but I'm telling you, he's Steve Smith made over. I said, so I looked him up. I go, how in the world could anyone catch 110 balls for 1,426 yards and 9 touchdowns at Virginia? And he said, exactly, and not be used at Northwestern. So that's his guy this year. It's funny that came up today. I was going to bring it up. But he's short. He is short.
Short dog a dog.
5'8", 194. Like Skilo short.
That is tiny.
If he had a girl, he would call her.
Maybe help on special teams.
Definitely that, too. Roman Wilson is a guy. I'm looking at CBS Sports as they rank their draft prospects at wide receiver. And right behind Malik Washington is Roman Wilson, who actually was one of the 30 visits.
Wow.
From Michigan, too. You brought up a disturbing little thing this morning.
Disturbing?
Dawn Davenport?
Yes.
Babs, you disturbed us.
Sorry. Hit it.
So Babs starts, just out of nowhere. What time was that even?
It was kind of early, I think.
Usually it's me and Slay Dog at like 6 in the morning.
Yeah. No, I think it was like 8.
I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Got it.
9:02.
Operating hours.
Like, we need to talk about what the current roster depth looks like at linebacker, tight end, D-line. Who do they even have right now on the roster? So I go, tight end is Jig Wiley and Thomas O. And you wrote, that's all? I'm like, yeah, 3 tight ends on the roster. 3 tight ends. So,
linebacker, not good.
Inside linebacker.
Defensive line. What's my line? Never heard of half these guys.
Well, let's start with defensive line, all right?
Okay.
So,
there you go.
Big Jeff, we all know that one.
Yay!
By the way, I saw a tweet, and I would credit whoever wrote it because I thought it was creative, but I forget who it was. But he said, all this talk about taking Bowers, Titans had the best tight end in the NFL, and then it was like clips of Big Jeff playing tight end.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
I love
Give
it.
him the rock.
So I guess you could add him to the tight end room.
Yeah.
Big Jeff and defensive line, Sebastian Joseph Day and TK McClendon.
I'm sorry.
TK was here last year, though, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What can you
Quentin Bohanna, Keandre Coburn, and Shakai Brown. That's all I have on the depth chart right there.
whose depth chart is that?
ourlads.com. This is the best one.
That's the Titans.
Oh, is that what you were asking?
I was kidding, but yeah.
Yeah.
They all
Read them again.
They sound a little foreign, though.
How many do you know well?
Kelly says, I've never heard of her. Bashan. Who are these guys?
Go ahead. Hit it again, Mayor.
Big Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Sebastian Joseph Day. TK McClendon.
Okay. I've heard of him.
I'd like to know what TK stands for. I'm going to look that up. Shaquille Brown. Quentin Bohanna.
I do know him.
Keandre Coburn.
That's
So you're saying they need to address the defensive line?
uh-huh.
He's saying his chance.
Like desperately. And then there's a couple of free agents, I think, that are still free agents that haven't gone anywhere. But I don't think they're worth a damn anyway.
DHB goes, I don't know 3 of those guys.
Yep.
And I only read 6 names.
That's tough.
That's a 50% hit rate.
I mean, I almost feel like we get so carried away talking about that first round pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't, and maybe Titans fans don't realize how honestly bad off this roster is and was. Like, there have been needs that have been addressed, and I think addressed well. And I think Rand is cooking. But holy cow, you don't have enough draft picks to fix all of this.
Nope.
You just read one position group.
I know. And immediately when I read that and don't recognize names, I started thinking, boy, they probably need to trade back from 7. and acquire
more
picks.
Draft capital. I mean, now obviously you can do a little bit more in free agency, you know, after the draft, you see who's still there, whatever. But I mean, you're not talking about like significant starters.
So
necessarily.
Sebastian Joseph Day came over from San Francisco. He played for the Chargers and the 49ers last year. 37 tackles, 3 sacks. He's 6'4", 310.
That's a big body.
So he's going to be one of the guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when rebuilding like this though, and trying to fill roster spots, you gotta also remember that a lot of these guys we're not gonna hear of. A lot of these guys are in a situation where it's a match made in heaven because the Titans need bodies, they need opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be a little bit of that. Me personally, I'm not with them trying to fix it in the draft. Keep our spots. Let's go get our key pieces. And let's get to it. And after the draft, let's go get some of these undrafted guys or free agents that somebody may have slipped on or passed on. You get 1 or 2 like that. Free agents is still to be there. Guys gonna still continue to be released throughout the
right.
You know what I'm saying? Throughout the preseason part.
I mean, that
summer.
churning of the kind of back
it's gonna
half
be
of the
coming all
roster.
in.
But unfortunately, it's more like the middle
to
top
us,
of the roster
that's
for the
problem.
Titans. Yeah.
So TK McClendon is the guy from Eastern Kentucky that I think he does. Now that I read through this, Walt Wells called the show, remember, and he was talking about him and that he's like, man, he's gonna make the team. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's one of the guys.
So he had 8 tackles and a fumble recovery last year. 6'4", 275.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be a second-year guy. But I mean, you need more than bodies. You need competition too, and that's a position where guys get nicked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the good things too, you're always kind of on for year one. You're always kind of on eggshells as far as if you can't breed the competition is always there because you're trying to impress these coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're always alert and don't know how to. You don't want them to get settled, and I don't think they do. Not with a first-year coach. If this is year 2, year 3, then they'll be like, oh, wait a minute. First of all, how are we still in this situation? But, I don't think they're gonna be all right. I think they're gonna be.
I thought it was important that we also, because next week, right, we're gonna talk about this first pick and second. There ain't no third. Second round pick a lot. I just think there's a lot on this team. There's a lot of holes left that we don't acknowledge on a daily basis. And there's a perfect example of it. And that's just defensive line. You haven't even hit the linebackers yet.
Inside linebacker particularly. M-Bob says, I think we just need to stop worrying about this year. It's going to take a couple of drafts to get this right, in my humble opinion.
1,000%.
I agree.
Let's get us some dogs that'll be here a few years and finish it up next year.
I totally agree.
I guarantee you they have a 2-year plan on this.
That's what my question was going to be. Just because we did the big-time name signings and it brought so much light to it, oh, man, we start putting responsibility on other guys like Will Levis, you got to do this, you got to get it to Calvin Ridley and all. Now, we're trying to build. Mm-hmm. So in building, you may have some pretty windows that you want to put on the building, but that don't mean the roof is on there yet. So that don't mean you can live there just because you bought some pretty windows.
You just hope to hell the foundation is there.
Gonna be,
you need furniture on the inside.
Yeah, you got to do a whole lot of other stuff.
615-737-1045 at the RHL 1045. Kelly says we could probably get a third for Ron's other half, number 16.
No, we got to hold on to that. That's part of that core foundation.
You're not getting a third for him.
Maybe
I don't even think you can get a third for him. That's the problem.
0 chance.
You can't even get nothing for me because we're not going nowhere.
Well,
we ain't even on the trading block.
Because your value right now is this. Do you see this? It's about the same amount of film that Johnny Manziel
You need to look at her.
I'm not looking at her.
Look at her.
I'm not looking at her.
She's doing crazy things over there.
In the NFL. And this is what Johnny Manziel did. 0 value.
Let me see if I can hit it.
0. Target practice. Yeah.
0 value.
Let's go to Johnny and Brentwood. Johnny, next up. Johnny, what up?
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Someone mentioned Michael Penix earlier. It just kind of hit me. We've been shoveling this narrative for weeks now. It's so convenient for us to package together our plan. It's either Joe Alt or maybe if he's gone, somehow neighbors fall to us. And no one really has explored the idea that Will Levis may not be Callahan's guy, right? It's a different regime. We didn't draft him.
Yeah, Don brought that up a couple of weeks ago in terms of are you convinced that he is the franchise quarterback?
Yeah, because Callahan came from Burrow land for 4 years and had a ball with Joe Burrow, and then before that, I think he was quarterbacks coach for Derek Carr and then Stafford before that. I mean, did he take this job, sidling up to Will Levis? I don't know.
I think you have to. If you're looking at these job openings, you have to believe in the quarterback that's already there. You have to believe that you can win with that guy. Because if you don't believe that, don't take the job because you're going to get fired.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes me wonder that maybe then day 2, if Penix fell, that kind of thing, and Levis has to compete legit for the job, not being handed the job. So
I
don't know.
Let me say this: Johnny, you got Mason Rudolph though, and I mean I think he can push Will Levis, right? Yeah. I'm not crazy to think that. Look what he did in Pittsburgh when he had to. I don't mean it like that, but I don't think. Slay, what do you think? I don't think Mason Rudolph ain't walking in being like, I'm great with being the backup. You're whatever.
There you go.
No backup quarterback in this league walks in thinking, I'm just going to hang out and be the backup. Yeah. Every single backup quarterback, if you're playing at this level, is going to come in thinking that they can at some point win the job or hang around long enough to get their chance and show what they can do when the starting quarterback gets injured because you didn't address your offensive line in the first pick of this year's draft pick.
Real quick, Mason Rudolph as a starter in this league, 8-4-1.
Yeah, and to the caller's credit, him speaking about what was there when Brian Callahan came along. Well, one thing about it, him and we bring this word up again, collabed. Him and Rand and the crew, everybody with them, collabed to decide to bring Mason Rudolph here. Mm-hmm. It just got overshadowed because of what happened with Calvin Ridley that fell in their lap.
Right then.
Yeah, right then. So I don't think he's walking in here and him thinking like what Bab's saying, he gonna be holding the clipboard. I think he can push him. You talking about an experienced guy in the league that dug a team out of that was going down in flames with Pittsburgh and helped them get to the playoffs with a team that was offensively gifted at all. The running backs was a problem. O-line was trying to gel together. The receivers were coming along. Deontay Johnson was in and out of the lineup. So I'm going to give him credit. That's like I said, ever since the Cleveland situation where He got hit in the head when all that stuff went on. I thought it took a minute for him to get his wits back, but I thought last year he showed him being able to have his wits back.
This is a huge year for Will Levis in his career.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the guy or is he not going to be the guy? Because they won't have they're going to have another high draft pick next year. And so if they don't think he's the guy after this year, they're going to use that on a quarterback. 615-737-1045.
What up, good people? Holistic Stem Cell Therapy brought to you by Kellum Stem Cell Institute. If you get over there right now, you can figure out exactly how to get rid of inflammation. Stem cells attack it. That's what they do in the body. And we know that all autoimmune disorders derive from inflammation. I've been through it myself. The knee inflamed, shoulder inflamed. I couldn't even sleep on my right side, man, because my shoulder, it would go numb, wake up, be hurting. It'll wake me up. Forget me just waking up. Your body, your cells, your solution. They harvest your body's stem cells and store them also for future and continued use. So if the first time it feel like it wears off or the inflammation comes back, which for me, it hasn't. And I'm almost a year, about 9 months in as far as having the treatment done, the therapy done. And I haven't had a problem yet and haven't had to go back for more use or anything. You could do the exact same thing. Go set up your consultation at 615-850-4415. You don't have to take my word for it. Dr. Kellum would talk to you personally about it at KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
3HL 1045 The Zone, rolling through the Tuesday edition. Look at that bright sunshine out there.
Hey, bright sunshine. Yes.
Watching little dude baseball last night. It felt perfect. I mean, perfect.
Perfecto. That's a cigar night tonight, then.
You think so?
Oh, I know so for me.
You gonna watch a little NBA?
Yeah, put the iPad out there, pour a nice little glass of. I drank a whole bottle the other day, so I gotta find.
You might need to stop.
Yeah, I might have to stop and get one.
You can't find Blanton's. I know we were talking about that the other day.
I got some exclusive stuff. I just don't want to open, just for the.
Wait, okay. This is why you have it, to drink it.
I know it needs to be.
But what he's saying is like by himself. And,
like.
Oh, okay.
You want to enjoy stuff like that with people.
Yeah, because everybody ought to have a little bit of this. Because the one I just finished, that was an amazing bottle. Shout out to my guy Mark Vanderveer, man. Ooh, that was a beautiful bottle. But I killed it by myself. Nobody else got to enjoy it. And I told Savage we need a night, and here I go. I just drunk it all. So I'm gonna stop and get me one cool bottle.
So why'd you drink it all? Just because you didn't get tired?
It was so good. Like it was. Oh my gosh, it was. I had 3 refills. So I mean, I got a corner left, but it's gone. With the big rock, I always do a rock pour.
Yeah.
But this time it was so good, I went way over the rock. The rock started floating. That's when you poured a little bit. And the Babsy glass that she got, that's a big glass.
I love it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I thought it was just a little cool little cool glass. No, that's a big old glass, man.
It's an incredible glass. You know what happened? It broke in my dishwasher.
No. Oh.
Yeah, it did.
Get you another one.
That was such a nice gift.
See you next, what was that, Christmas?
Yep.
See you next Christmas.
I have to add one.
615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. Let's go back to the phone. 615-737-1045. Zach in Columbia. Zach, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Yo, what happening?
Oh, I was just wondering, considering the Titans don't have a third-round pick this year or next, do you think it might be possible to trade out the 7th pick and pick up a couple third-round picks for this year and next? And
it depends how far you go back, but yeah, that is a valuable commodity, that pick number 7, especially if Minnesota, for example, goes up and gets a quarterback, and then that 7th pick really turns out to be pick number 3. Because Coach Mack always tells us, like, there are 2 different drafts, the quarterback draft and everybody else, right? Like, so that turns out to be pick number 3. There's value there. So they would acquire some draft capital for that, for sure.
You get two third-round picks for it?
I don't know how it would break up. Maybe, gosh, I need to look. They've got charts for this stuff, and I haven't really looked at it lately. But you would get multiple picks, and you might end up with something in 2025 also. I don't know.
Do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. will be there at 7?
It's an interesting discussion point because
I don't, but
I don't either. But there is talk out there that Malik Neighbors will go in front of him. I don't know if that's just smokescreen stuff because Marvin Harrison hasn't worked out or really talked to anybody.
I think
it's hard to know. Yeah, but I mean, listen, like one of those 3, Adunze included, will be there at 7 if that quarterback scenario happens where 4 of them go before the Titans pick. Mm-hmm. So you'll have Alt, you'll have Bowers, you'll have Dallas Turner, and you'll have 3 wide receivers for those 3 picks, right? Like, so you will have opportunities for sure.
Right.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Good call.
Thank you.
I mean, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is there at 7.
Another
Done.
thing to point out, yeah.
Come on.
Another thing to point out, too, is that
Can't get you.
This is not a deep draft.
Right. As far as franchise changing guys.
Well, just as far as talent, people or the experts, right? The draft analysts are saying it is not a deep draft. Like talent level from first round all the way to 7th round is not deep.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not compared to last year or the year prior to that.
I think NIL has changed some of that.
Maybe. Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought
Absolutely.
Savage brought up a good point this year, and I was saying that if you're going to chase that 300,000 and you think you got an opportunity to go, why not go to the league and get that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also thought that a lot of people, and I was relating it to basketball, but it kind of fits with anybody else too. Football also, like I think a lot of people are scared with NIL sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you almost have some guaranteed that you can.
You can almost put it off. Like, it makes sense to put it off.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, why?
I remember talking to an NFL executive about Matt Leinart. Remember Matt Leinart went back to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he could have been, the guy that year. And so, like, he told me NFL executives look at that. This is how it's changed, right? So back then, NFL executives would look at that and question, how bad do you want it?
Gosh, why? Every time. I'm sorry if you're driving and that just caused you to swerve and almost wreck because it just caused me to almost hit the floor.
He only does that like once every couple of weeks, but it always gets Babs.
Oh, because there's no lead up to it. I mean, at least my sneeze lead up is like my hands are in the air.
Yeah,
like, I'm about to sneeze.
You make a big production
Slay's
about
in
it.
the middle of a conversation, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, like a
Yeah. What were you saying about
bomb
Matt
goes
Leinart?
off.
No, but like, so Matt Leinart went back, and so NFL people back in the day would question how bad do you want it if you go back to school when you could come out.
Yeah.
Because they look at like, why would you not go pro if you can go pro? You know what I mean? But now with the NIL thing, it enables players to have a little more control over what draft class they enter with. You know what I mean? So you can look at your position and say, hey, man, it's not very strong this year. I'm going.
You know what it also does too? Give them a little bit more. Well, I know with basketball for sure, it gives them more time to pick you apart.
Yeah, that's for sure. Pinwheel 2017, which is Reese from Reese and Laura. Mayor, speaking of dishwasher, did you know you cannot put dish soap in dishwasher? Me and my cats found out the hard way. Foam party is what happened.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
DHB says, what was that in all caps? And Bob says, Woodford. Woodford is good. 615-737-1045. 5 o'clock hour coming up. More Titans talk next. 3HL 1045. This is.
If you are in need of outdoor lighting, landscape lighting, and you want to light up your night, Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville, that's who you need to call. And speaking of calling, we have the owner, Bob Lyons, on with us of Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. And they have this awesome thing going on right now. If you've been thinking about outdoor lighting, now's a great time to do it because, Bob, you guys are all about helping out the community and a cause that is close to my heart, too, in the Rally Foundation. What can a new customer do to help the Rally Foundation with you guys right now?
Well, so far since yesterday afternoon, we've gotten 3 more jobs. So I've committed another $300 towards the foundation that helps kids with cancer and kids with cancer research. And I'm looking forward to the Thursday night outing with a whole lot of fun with the Titans and you guys there too.
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. So that is great news. If you've been thinking about outdoor lighting, call Bob, go talk to him about what they can do for your yard. You guys did a great job in my yard. And soon my deck's going to be done and we'll be having you back out, Bob.
I like to hear it. I bet that deck is going to be one of a kind once you get it in place, and I'll try to light it up just right.
I love it. All right, there you go, Bob Lyons. And now is a perfect time to call Outdoor Lighting Perspectives because they will donate to the Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research. Family business, been around for over 38 years. Just go to outdoorlights.com/Nashville.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunt. Tennessee's baseball game is about to get going here just a few seconds. As they begin at 5 p.m., you can watch them at the SEC Network. Plus, Vanderbilt is heading to Lipscomb tonight. First pitch for that one's coming up in an hour on ESPN Plus. And the transfer portal is open, and the number one offensive tackle in the country is already off the board. Caden Proctor spent 2023 at Alabama and then decided he wanted to go to Iowa. And then after 3 months, he realized he was in Iowa and wants to go back. So Caden Proctor will be heading back to the Crimson Tide. And Elijah Herring, the Vols leading tackler from last season, is also entering the portal. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a Tuesday afternoon in the Music City. Hope you're having a great day. Just saw a couple of people on the sidewalk. It looked like, obviously, their first time on scooters.
Did they fall?
It's a disaster waiting to happen.
I don't even know that they got it going before I had to
They
come
never
back
got
in.
it going.
Yeah, they were just kind of walking with them.
Oh, they walk with the scooter. That's real. That's safe.
Have you ever done that before?
Never.
Hunk does it all the time.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
It's really windy out there. Does that affect your riding?
No, because you're going to have wind whenever you're driving anyway. So, yeah, you just roll with it.
Are you driving or are you riding?
I'm controlling.
Yeah,
I don't
guess
know.
that's
I don't
true.
know what it's described as, but I'm controlling.
Boy, I used to love some scooters when I was a kid, but they didn't have a motor on them.
No.
And they didn't go 40 miles an hour, although as a kid I would have preferred that.
Those go 40? I know people been getting on the interstate with them, though.
I saw one on the
I
interstate.
remember you told me that. Then I saw one on the median. I think he was just crossing.
Crossing the interstate?
Yeah, with the scooter.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, there's some strange people out here, man. Gotta be careful, dog.
Some strange people.
That was your advice for him?
Yeah. Hey, careful out here, dog. It's wicked.
So, Hunk, how fast do they go? Like 30?
No, they only go about 16, at least in the city.
Okay.
But it feels like you're flying.
Yeah.
Because a lot of cars aren't even going
It
16.
looks like you're
in
flying.
Broadway. Yeah.
Like, because we have walked from downtown and seen you roll by us, and it looks like you're flying.
There will be times that you guys, especially like during the SEC basketball tournament, you guys would leave 20 to 25 minutes before me, and I would pull into the building as you guys are walking up to it.
Oh, no.
Because it only takes me about 5 minutes to get back from Bridgestone to our studios.
With traffic.
Oh, screw traffic. You weave in and out.
Yeah, you going, yep, uh-huh.
I'm not riding those things.
Oh, come on. We'll get you one.
No.
It's only about $5 to $6, depending on which one you get. There's a couple in there that's better than the others.
So what do? You have to, like, download an app or something?
You download an app, and then it uses your location, and based on where the location is on the scooter, and you use the QR code to activate it, and then boom, it lets you roll.
Oh, as soon as you get off of it, it stops so somebody can't steal your time.
Well, you gotta take a picture and prove that you're done. You got to get back on the app to let them know that
That's too
say
much
that you're
work,
done.
man.
Oh, a lot of work.
That's a lot of effort.
Call an Uber.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
Or just walk, huh?
Nah, screw that. No, because see, normally I'm going to Bridgestone with like all the Zone TV equipment. I've got all this stuff on my back. I got my food on my
which means
pan.
don't go at a high rate of speed on your feet
it's
2
good.
inches above the ground.
I've got my earbuds on. I'm just rolling, man. I'm not hearing people screaming as I fly past them. It doesn't matter. Got a good book going. We're set.
Yeah, none of that seems safe.
Oh, it's
like
all safe.
zero, none of it seems safe.
It's safer than me just watching TV on the way home, and been doing that for 3 years now.
615-737-1045.
I'm a safe driver.
Yeah.
And
For those that don't know, Hunk lives in Huntsville.
It's a commute.
So, WNBA draft last night. There are a lot of stars. It's not just Caitlin Clark. There are a lot of stars entering that league. How
Agreed.
much growth are we going to see? over the next few years in attention to WNBA? Because the money is not there still.
It remains to be seen, man. It's cool to have all the advertisers and endorsers and everybody, pitching in and screaming about it, but what makes it last is putting butts in seats. So you got to go to the events. Like, if you really want to support, go to the games. That's it's cool to post it on social media. You know what I mean? Post you bought a shirt. You got the WNBA logo with the orange and all that. But if you don't go to the game, all this is for nothing.
Right. So the Indiana Fever selected Caitlin Clark, right? And they had a watch party in their arena, and it looked packed.
Mm-hmm.
So with that market, so now they're talking about expansion. Should you talk expansion and dilute the talent?
I mean, if we now, this is the thing. If you're saying you got that much, like people are saying, like the women's game is, man, there's so much more talent than, you hear the talking heads, Shannon Sharp in particular, so much more talent in the women's game than the men's. I don't know these guys. Well, okay, let's get some more teams and see then. Let's spread the talent out. Because it is other cities that would support, I believe. So spread it out. I think North Carolina is rich in tradition as far as women's basketball as well. But I could be wrong. So, but the only way I'm wrong is if they don't go support. I think Tennessee would support. Nashville in particular.
Yeah, and Nashville's on a list of potential expansion cities. The league wants to add 3 teams by 2028. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said there are at least 6 cities being discussed as potential WNBA team additions: Philadelphia, Toronto, Portland, Denver, South Florida, and Nashville.
So you got to ask yourself, who would you when you talk about up and comers, not in college, but now playing as far as in the WNBA, you got to grow accustomed to them 4 years in college. So you were attached to them, and you saw the growth, you saw the development. You saw him take it to new heights. Who are you going to go pay for to see play? Anthony Edwards or Caitlin Clark?
Right. So it's chicken and the egg. So the NBA could invest in this league better than they do.
I think anything associated with them should be invested in. I think the G League.
That's where it should start.
I think the G League is a joke.
And so then the TV contract is what it is because that's based on ratings. So if people aren't watching, then the money's not there for that. But and we'll talk about this when we come back in the next segment. But Caitlin Clark's salary that was put out there is something. 615-737-1045. Todd next up on 3HL. Todd, what's up?
How are you guys? And Dawn, you guys doing good?
Great. Thank you.
Yay.
I just had Brent, I had to make a quick comment on the scooters. I specifically remember about 6-7 years ago, these things invaded town, and I remember there were 2 of them on the driveway at the Omni, and I told her bellman, I said, "Get these off my driveway and put them in the bell closet." And then I remember dude showed up, and he's like, "What happened to my scooters?" And I came out, and I said, "These will be the death of Nashville. Get them off the streets." And here we are, 7 years later, fighting about the tractors and getting plowed and the party buses. And that was the beginning of the end for Nashville, in my opinion. You can still have a great time in our town without tractors and buses and bachelorettes doing stuff they shouldn't do. Just my opinion.
Thank you. That opinion is shared by many.
Todd, it's great to hear your voice, man. I know you see crazy things down there at the Omni, and what a great property you guys have.
Well, thank you, guys. Love listening to the show.
Appreciate it. Todd is one of the executives at the Omni Hotel. That place is incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just walk around downtown, man. Just stand there and just kind of turn your head and see something happen, and turn your head and see something happen, and turn your head and see something happen. There are Instagram feeds for that. But you could really do it.
You could go do it personally, huh?
Especially if Babs was riding one.
Babs ain't ever riding one.
Yeah, that's right, Babs.
Blake wants to talk about J.C. Latham. We'll do that. Keith wants to talk about the 2000 Super Bowl. We'll do that and go from there. 615-737-1045.
Want to tell you about my friends at Loan Pronto, especially if you have debt or you have like high interest loans. Loan Pronto can help you out there by using the equity that we all have in our homes and get cash out to pay off those other high interest loans. And then, boom, you're saving on average with Loan Pronto over $850 a month by doing this. Yes, homeowners, you can turn the home equity into cash with Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit almost instantly. AI-based system can get you approval in 10 minutes. Almost no documentation needed, no appraisal, no hassle. Your home value's up. Use it to wipe out all those credit card debt, the high interest debt you have. Get money for maybe a home improvement project. Literally hundreds of thousands of dollars at your fingertips with approval minutes away. Call Loan Pronto at 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com at 615-499-5780. NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Equal housing lender.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Executive producer of 3HL is Joe Hunk.
Sup?
So Dr. C called yesterday and called back today. He's got a 6-minute rant, which respectfully and politely we ask if it could be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Dr. C. Because others want to get in and all of those things.
And we're also 9 days away from the draft.
Hunk, can you ask Dr. C if he can get it down to like 2?
I will try, but this one's the edited version from 12.
Uh-oh.
So
we have segments that don't last 12 minutes.
If this was wrestling, we're getting pretty close to just like a 30-second match.
So,
like
okay, it is impressive that he was able to cut it from 12 to 6. That is impressive.
I think he wants to make this Lord of the Rings. I think we got like a 6-part series that's coming out. So just, heads up. Well, I don't know if it's Oscar worthy.
Listen, we love and appreciate Dr. C, but we can't go 6 minutes on a rant.
It's about Derrick Henry.
Okay.
He wants to say goodbye.
Okay. Well, that's an emotional thing, and I understand that. But ask him if he can get it to like 2.
You just want him to come on and say, bye, King. And that's it.
Way to do it.
That's it.
Y'all understand how badass Derrick Henry's going to look in that black Ravens uniform with that black shield?
Get out of here.
Oh, my gosh, with the muscles and all that stuff?
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, like, how he's going to look in his uniform, in that black uniform. I could just see it with the black shield and everything. Bad A.
We'll be like a mannequin. Really good mannequin, superhero.
Yeah, like a superhero.
But what uniform would Derrick Henry not look good? That's the real question.
Also, if you had a superpower, which one would you want?
Yeah, that's always a tough one for me. I think mine would be is not gain weight or power.
No, it's called a high metabolism.
I would eat everything. Ooh. Boy. I'd have a field day.
Like if you could eat like Fat Albert but not be Fat Albert?
Oh, man.
I think Bananas has that ability.
Probably.
That man weighs $105.
Pan got both of them do. They share it.
Did you just acknowledge his other nickname?
Pan?
No, Bananas.
Nah, Zeph. I'm sick of hearing that. It's Zeph. I don't even call him no Bananas. That sounds crazy to me.
As opposed to some of your other nicknames you have for people?
Yeah, it's Zeph.
Oh, man. All right.
It matches
so
with the person.
Dr. C can get it to 2.5, he said.
Yeah, so we've been negotiating for like the last couple of minutes. And, I mean, this sounds like a killer deal.
I'm intrigued now.
He says
By this
that
point, though, it got to be great.
Oh, here we
he
go.
says he's thrown out the script, and he's just going to speak from the heart.
Oh, this is longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you're going from the heart, no script.
Okay, we might adopt the Pan music playoff thing.
So we
there you go.
So you're saying we can cut Dr. C?
Yes.
Once we get to 2:15, Hunk, you got to start playing the exit music.
I'm intrigued by this. To go from 12 to 2 and change?
He threw out the script.
Yeah.
Tanner says, Mayor, you can't keep saying anything about the Ravens being badass. It's against the Titans' 10 Commandments.
Agreed.
I ain't mad
I'm just saying the guy's
With
going to
you,
look
Tanner.
badass. He just is. I mean,
I think they tired of you saying it, yo.
empirically, he's just going to be looking badass in that uniform. He just will. I hate the Ravens. See, that's less than 2 minutes on the King. All right, Dr. C, you're up against it, brother.
Okay, Brent, you're gonna. Baby Bear's mom cut me off a little bit abruptly 3 months ago when I called in, and you're gonna mess around and get on that same list. As I said, I'm not doing anything.
Listen,
now.
are you asking if I can control Baby Babs' mom?
All I know is the clock is ticking.
I'm like,
Does
hey,
this
I'm
count for
like
the 2.5?
Yes.
I'm like
Uh-oh.
Congress.
Hey,
I reclaim my time now.
Dr. C,
That time.
Slay already started the clock, so you might want to go.
20 seconds in, Dr. C.
Well, no, I reclaim my time. Hold it for 30 seconds because I got interrupted, okay? I reclaim my time. We say it in Congress all the time. I went out to the March Madness when Auburn won the SEC tournament. I went out to March Madness because I said, these guys are going to the Final Four at least. Well, when I got to bet the first game, I did okay, and then I said, these guys can beat these scholars from Yale. So I took a money line bet, and Big Ron, when you take a money line bet on the favorite, that's double digit favorite, it's a big deal. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go on to I had Mr. Cosales in there for a bit, but let me go on and get into my tribute for Derek. Ron, I heard you say one time that the King had to do a little bit more before he gets in the Hall of Fame. I think I heard Mr. Cosell say that as well one time. And then when the King was going to the Ravens, next time Mr. Cosell said, well, he's destined for the Hall of Fame. So I ask you, what more does the King have to do to get in the Hall of Fame? He has done things that only 2 other backs have done. The 3 of them are tied at a total of 6 games of 200-yard rushings or more. The first one to do it was, and I exclude Jim Brown. I don't know if we had those stats back in the early 60s. The first one was O.J. the Juice Simpsons, rest in peace, O.J. Second one's Adrian Peterson, and they all have alias names, of course, O.J. and then Adrian Peterson, A.D., for all day. And then the third one was Derrick Henry. Now, Ron, can you tell me his alias name? I don't know if you can or not. Talking about the man need to do a little bit more.
The King.
He has... okay. Thank you, Beth.
Yeah.
He has done things, and the last thing
15
I'll
seconds.
finish here because I think my time getting close.
Yep.
He's done things that nobody else has done, and that is, let's just say the rules changed a little bit. They changed the kickoff rules this year. Let's just say these rules changed a little bit, and you can get a first down by an offensive player picking up a man in the clean air, tossing him for the amount of yards needed for the first down. It has to be a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, or a
15
tight end.
seconds.
Those people who touch the ball. Okay, the King picked up Josh Norman, picked him up 15 feet. We needed 5 yards. Let's just say it didn't happen exactly like this. He tossed an all-pro defensive back 15 feet and 10 inches, and the officials didn't even have to bring out the change to measure. The 10 inches made it obvious. So consequently, that's the one thing, the 2 things that he's done. He has 9,502 yards, only needs 499 yards to go over the 10,000-yard landmark, which is kind of a hallmark for the
Y'all
Hall of
instruct me. This is up to y'all.
Fame.
Dr. C,
He
you
will
are 4
get-
minutes over.
He would get 10,000 yards. He would get
Dr.
his
C, we got to
10,000
do it, man. We made a deal.
Oh,
Gave you extra time.
Yeah, 3:30. 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
I mean, we only have 12 minutes left in the segment. I say we let him go.
no.
The music was beautiful behind it. The music was beautiful.
You want me to pull him back up?
No.
Derrick Henry, in all seriousness, 36th all-time leading rusher. If he gets to 10,000, that was
Yeah.
always kind of the
That was
watermark.
the mark, yeah.
That would put him right behind Ricky Williams. And then you're starting to talk about Otis Anderson, Marshawn Lynch. Eddie George is at 10,441, not in.
Ooh.
Tiki Barber, Thomas Jones.
I think Eddie should be in, though. Do you?
Yes, I do, but I also think that I'm jaded.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, so Derrick Henry, this is how I would sell Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was a transcendent figure during his career time. It's not even over, right? Like he was a different kind of back, and he was the elite of the elite during his era.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I would go with Eddie George. Eddie George was one of those guys too. And so, like, instead of comparing guys from different eras, I compare guys like to their era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, 25th all-time leading rusher in NFL history, Jamal Lewis.
Quick career too, short career.
Yep.
I think in defense of what Cosell said, he's a, what did he say? He said he's en route. What did he say? He was.
I don't remember that.
No, not what Cosell said, but what Dr. C said.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I can't remember it either. But yeah, you can be both. Meaning you asked me what else does he need to do, and Cosell, you said Cosell said he was destined to the Hall of Fame. That means the same thing. He needs to do a little bit more, and destined, that all means heading towards the Hall of Fame. So that's just wanted to clean that part up.
Ultimately, do you think he gets in? I do.
Yeah, I think he'll get in. I think he still got time left, though. Like, to even have the conversation is crazy.
I mean, if he stays healthy this year, he's going to have another 1,200 yard season, on the low end.
You would think, yeah.
And probably another 900 to 1,000, something like that the next year. And then probably tail off.
Yeah. So
would be my guess.
I wouldn't disagree.
What's weird about running backs, though, and we all know it, we talk about it all the time, they don't gradually decline.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah. Yeah.
And you can think guys have stuff left, and then Ezekiel Elliott. And I mean, you can go on and on and on.
Yeah, outside of Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson in my
Emmett
lifetime.
Smith, yeah.
Yeah. Well, my little generation.
Your little generation.
Mm-hmm. Little baby generation.
Dylan, little baby generation. Dylan has a good point here. Eddie George has more rushing yards than Earl Campbell, and Earl Campbell is a Hall of Famer, so that tells me Eddie George should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's just a lot more to it.
Earl Campbell, though, he was a superstar of superstars. I mean,
in a different era, yeah.
Yep, 615-737-1045. So did he go 2:30 or did he go longer? I wasn't paying attention.
He went way. It was 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got bonus time somehow.
Yeah. I kept on giving him the countdown. I even gave him 30 seconds back that he has to hold.
You even gave him that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up a word. I couldn't remember. You know when like a congressman goes, filibuster. He was going to filibuster.
Like how long movie about it?
Yeah.
How long could he have gone if we'd have just turned it over?
Segment.
Oh, are you kidding me? 12 minutes.
Yeah, you could have went
the
12.
whole segment.
Easily went 12.
That's what if he would have gone by his script.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably first round of the draft, maybe.
Yeah, Dr. C.
9 days.
Dr. C to me comes across as like a professional orator. I don't know what he does for a living, what he did for a living, but
extremely smart.
Yes,
I was trying to explain that to somebody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna think he ain't gonna speak like me. He gonna think before he speak. But while he's speaking, he's thinking.
That's why a conversation between us and him, I think, is kind of probably entertaining. I don't know. I mean, we just throw stuff out there.
Yeah, I got plenty of it.
615-737-1045. Blake in the borough. Blake, what's up, man?
Hey, happy Tuesday, guys. How's it going?
Happy Tuesday, Blake.
Happy Tuesday.
So I had a question about pick number 7. So everybody's kind of in on the Joe Alt train. If I remember correctly, a while back, Cosell said that there was maybe some issues with his tape, not as strong. So J.C. Latham, I know he's taken a lot of top 10 visits this week. So how surprised should we be if that's the pick instead of Alt?
Oh, excuse me.
That's a good question.
At 7, I think that's a jump. Looking at it, where people have him slotted as far as offensive tackles go, I think he comes in as far as best available as the 5th offensive tackle. So for him to jump, Fashanu, I think I'm saying it right, Amaris Mims. Fashanu, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How you say the other one from Washington?
Don't know.
5'2" now?
Mm-hmm.
She was going to say that no matter what.
And Joe Alt, I think that's a huge leap. Wouldn't be surprised though. 6'6", 342, massive. Got a lot of potential, a lot of starting. Played in the SEC with Bama.
Now I feel like he's been pretty vocal about saying that he prefers left tackle, right?
Right.
So that's something that maybe could hurt him. I don't know.
True.
But we did ask Cosell about that with J.C. Latham, and he said that he thought, based on what he saw in film, and he said guys are so much more interchangeable now than back in the day. But he felt like he could play left tackle.
Yeah.
And we'll ask Cosell either this Thursday or next Thursday about offensive tackles again.
Yeah,
he's a right tackle for Alabama. But I mean,
for Bama,
right? But no, he would rather play left tackle.
Nicholas Petit-Frere played left tackle and plays right for the Titans, although he has played some left also.
Yeah, just not well.
Because we need one.
Laura just chimed in from Reese, and Laura, hey, y'all, Reese is on beer number 13. I'm on beer number 8. How about y'all? Go Vols.
I'm on number 0 right now. But
so combined, they're on beer 21. Team Reese and Laura
Oh,
are
boy.
almost through a case.
Team Arnell.
Stephen Ryan is actually Mickey. That's his name, Stephen Ryan. Stephen Wright, the comedian, he used to have these like little quips, and he'd be like, 24 beers in a case, 24 hours in a day. Coincidence? And then move on to the next joke.
Yes.
But Reese and Laura test that theory.
Every day.
615-737-1045. Keith in Hendersonville. Keith, what's up?
2 hours and 30 minutes.
Hey,
What up,
you guys
Keith?
got to help me out, man.
All right.
So I'm working at the a sports show several weeks ago, right? And I'm going to be up about this. I'm not going to really bring y'all down. Okay, so it was determined from laptop evidence that the tackle that was put on Dr. Dyson in the 2000 Super Bowl that kept him out of the end zone was indeed a hip drop tackle.
A hip drop tackle, yes.
So the whole thing is,
so the Titans would have had first and goal from the one with Steve McNair sneaking into the end zone?
Yeah. So, and the whole thing has brought it back. I mean, we're talking 24 years, and I've been sad about it ever since. And the question I have for you, sir, or ma'am, or other sir, is that the cost of being a fan, or am I a psycho? I'm leaning psycho right now. I'll let you guys go, and we can talk about it.
Appreciate that, man.
Hip drop tackle. That's right. That would have happened now.
That's exactly what they
First
was.
and goal inside the one. Untimed down.
Wow. See, this may be why you need to leave stuff alone, man. You need to leave well enough alone.
Could you imagine?
Oh, my goodness.
If they would have called that in the Super Bowl.
On that play.
And then get an untimed down?
Yeah.
It would have been like that women's game conversation.
Dude, you give me Steve McNair on the goal line, he's going to figure out a way to get in the end zone. Him and Eddie George?
Yeah.
And Frank?
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Wow. That was a good one right there, Carl. I haven't even thought about that. Hip drop tackle.
I wonder if Dice has thought about that.
Okay,
We need to ask him.
Because, I mean, that was a hell of a tackle by Mike Jones. It was.
No question.
Open field. 615-737-1045. More 3HL when we come back. I'm going to tell you the 4-year deal for Caitlin Clark. And maybe she should have taken that Ice Cube money. I don't know. We'll be right back.
What's happening?
What is happening, people? Dawn Davenport here, Babsy with Ron Slay, talking to you about Cove generators and Generator Dave, who is like the guy who knows absolutely everything about every single generator ever made and is the expert in generators and is totally there for you. Cove generators, that's all they do is generators. And right now they got a heck of a deal going on, like actually two separate heck of a deal, Slay.
That's right. Yeah, you can get right now a new 7-year warranty with the purchase of a Generac home standby generator right now through May 12th, only through May 12th. And if you mention us, that's right, 3HL 1045 The Zone, Slay and Babsy, whatever you do, you'll get $500 off, an additional $500 off. So say goodbye to power outages. You'll have your own Generac home standby generator right there. All you got to do is reach out to Cove Generators because they make it all happen. They perform maintenance on your Generac automatic standby generator. You got to go hit them up, though. Visit Cove, C-O-V-E, generators.com, 931-559-3311.
And stay connected through it all.
Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. These guys have you covered. Maybe you need a Ram 1500, or maybe you want to go bigger than that, Ram 2500. You can get it done at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They are there ready to help you out, and there will be no pressure on you when you go see my friends at Gupton. for sure. They just simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you, and that's what will happen. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, and they are ready to get you in that right vehicle. So go ahead and take that test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it will be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. This is the website. That's GuptonMotors.com. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. That's GuptonMotors.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone. So Caitlin Clark goes number 1, the WNBA draft. This is her 4-year salary breakdown. 2024, her rookie year, she'll make $76,535. 2025, she'll make $78,066. 2026, she'll make $85,873. And 2027, $97,582.
Now, what will she make extra in endorsements?
I mean, tons. But like that, like I get it that like financially the WNBA is still trying to get where, it's still trying to improve, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these numbers shocked me.
Why though?
I just figured there was more in the kitty than that.
They've been the numbers.
Yeah.
They were lower than that.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
So my thing is, like, when you got people that come through, for instance, let's take Breonna Stewart. Breonna Stewart won 4 NCAA championships. She was the most outstanding player 4 times in a row. 2-time champion with the Seattle Storm. Now, Seattle Storm, they do a great job of supporting, but, like, where's the fanfare around that? So my whole thing is, like, what's going to make Caitlin Clark different?
Right.
To keep this momentum.
Right.
There's got to be something like.
So is there a pile of cash for, like, if you prove it over time and you're like Diana Taurasi, for example? Like, is she making good money? I mean, I don't even know.
I mean, they
think
make
all
their
of them about
money
the same.
overseas, right?
Yeah, camps and things of that nature and endorsements. But the thing is, okay, so if that's the case, then you won't do. Somebody has to pour into somebody. And if the people are not going to pour into the WNBA by going and being at the games and supporting in that fashion, then maybe the WNBA needs to, what if the WNBA chooses to pour into Caitlin Clark and just like try to globalize her and make her the poster child for the WNBA? Because if you ask who is the poster child for the WNBA?
The Las Vegas Aces, I guess.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If you ask who's the face of the NFL? Patrick Mahomes. Who's the face of the NBA? LeBron. You know what I mean? Steph Curry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got different places there and faces that you can you relate to that league.
Well,
like,
the money
comes.
the money comes from what you're saying, like butts and seats, and how much do those seats cost, and how much are people paying, but also through TV revenue.
Yeah,
right. Like that's where Major League Baseball has most of their money. NBA too.
Yeah.
And so, is it a situation where the NBA should say, "Hey, we're going all in with the WNBA. We're going to dump a pile of money on y'all"?
Yeah, but this is the thing. So if they dump a pile of money on them, the money gets spread out, and you still don't have that marquee face. That's what I'm saying.
And you still don't have ratings. And
but if you pour into that, if you say, "I'm all right, Caitlin," and how many other people are going to be on board with it outside in the WNBA, like the Asia Wilsons and Ella Deladon. Like you got some people that's some dogs out there.
So let's say the WNBA puts everything into Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, there are going to be lots of people that don't like that.
Yeah, and they're going to be gunning
within
for
that league.
Yep.
But number two, if they do that and she does succeed and she is like this spectacular player, you got to almost put every damn game on national television and take advantage of this run of ratings that she was. I mean, she helped deliver.
I totally agree.
I mean, that's the thing. This could be a transcendent time for the WNBA because of all the eyes.
That's a lot of pressure on her, man.
No, but it's not just her. Think about it, though. Look at the girls that were drafted last night. Like, it's this class
they got a nice
as a
class.
whole, too.
Right, and I guess
people watched.
Yeah, I guess I didn't make that point well, but that's what I meant. Like, if Caitlin Clark can draw eyeballs to the product,
right,
and then people figure out that they actually like the product,
right,
and
then that's where my point of this could be a transcendent kind of year for that league and all of that.
It could be. But to yours point, too, that is a responsibility on that. And people got to be accepting. Like, if you think back to when LeBron came in, like, his teammates weren't accepting of that. They had interviews of Carlos Boozer, Ricky Davis, all of them saying, man, ain't no young guy finna come in. This is people on his team. Ain't no young guy going to come in here, man. He going to have to pay his dues, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And He did pay his dues in a sense, but man, that's you got to be willing to carry that, man. That's with other vets that are in there, and you changing the game for people to get paid. Like, I'm all on board with it, and everybody behind her will be, but what about the people that are there? That's my question. That ain't easy to say, all right, man, we're going to make it about her. Even though you got 4 or 5 years left. You know what that's tough. In the competitive market, as competitive as those women are, she gets some calls. Maybe they make it to the finals. You scratching your head like, well, wait a minute. A Lil Boston on her team, like they should have some good pieces. It's gonna be tough, man. Somebody got to do it though. NBA, WNBA, somebody got to feed into it.
Tim and Ron, sorry that we didn't get to y'all today. If you call tomorrow, we'll put you at the front of the line.
That's me.
You on hold too?
Yeah. Let me off hold.
That's another Ron.
Oh, okay. The hunk had me on hold.
Also, hardly anyone calls you Ron.
I know.
Who's Ron?
Somebody called me that the other day. They called in.
Hey,
Callers do call you Ron sometimes.
You don't know no better. They forget.
Dr. C called you Ron.
Yeah, he don't know. Older people call me Ron because maybe they remember when I was little.
Were you ever Ronnie?
No.
Ronnie Slay.
Ronald.
Yeah. I'm sure
Ronald
Mom hit you with that
Sylvester.
at some point.
Yeah, it's trouble waiting with that somewhere.
Ronald Sylvester Slay.
Guaranteed.
Sly Slay. Remember when I used to say that? That would have been good, like coming through the lane, man. Sly Slay to the rim. What's coming up, Huck?
That would be the 3HL after party.
That's
All
us.
Right. Tomorrow, Coach Mack at 3:20. 20. Todd Furman at 4:20. Why is he your nemesis all of a sudden?
Been my nemesis. I just never told the world.
Because he's told him numerous times
Yeah, a lot of
that
different
Tennessee isn't going to win a bet that Slay put on.
All right.
Yeah.
Fun day.
Todd Furman
Hump day
knows
tomorrow.
nothing.
We'll be back at it. Love y'all. Tell a friend about 3HL and 104.5 The Zone, and we'll all grow this thing together.
That's right.
Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you was on the porch having a glass of bourbon and a cigar.